Today, Ken and I sat down with Spencer Lynn from Applied Nutrition, or AM Performance. We learned how he got into the industry, what he currently does for Applied Nutrition, and some of their future planning as well. Learn about his background, so let's get into it.
So that's a whole rabbit hole in and of itself. No, not directly, and nothing good. They're like
just the weapons.
There's like horribly tasting electrolyte packets in your MREs, and there's like carbohydrate powders in your MREs that are just nothing but sugar.
Okay.
That's a whole other topic. I really think the military can go and make a lot of improvements to their sports nutrition package. And from what I've heard in the 5+ years now that I've been out of the military, there have been some improvements made, which is good.
Okay.
I mean, but there's no reason you can't put creatine in every MRE. It's somewhere in an MRE
Definitely.
for every soldier, right? So, but that's a whole other rabbit hole to go down. But anyway, so transitioning out of the military has a program called the Career Skills Program, where your last 6 months in the military, you can apply to do a civilian internship. Oh. So I applied for that program. I got accepted into that program. I had my master's degree in business at the time. You know, again, just very active in sports and sports nutrition, very interested in that as a hobby. So I was just trying to figure out what can I do as an internship that is in that world somehow. And I followed.
Wait, you were thinking about an internship in the supplement or sports nutrition world?
Just I needed to find an internship in general.
You were business in general, or you were looking for supplements?
Just business in general. I needed to find some type of internship in that program to fulfill that career skills program that the military offers.
Yes.
And just naturally, I followed Compound Solutions on Instagram.
Nice.
And one day they did in their Instagram stories, they did a takeover with Matt Nickerson, Self-Flow 6, Vaso 6 at the time, that was with Compound Solutions. And he did like an Ask Me Anything in the stories. So I just reached out and they asked me anything. I said, how does somebody get their foot in the door in this industry? I was like, he's never going to respond, right? Like, he's never going to respond. Sure enough, he responded to my sticker question and said, he was like, he did like one of these faces in his video response, and he was like, shoot me a message. So I was like, okay, I'll jump down this rabbit hole, see where it goes. So I shot Matt Nickerson a DM, explained the scenario that, hey, I'm transitioning out of the military. I have an opportunity to do a civilian internship. I was like, yeah, I want to get my foot in the door in this industry. How do I do it? He's like, that's really interesting. I'd like to help you out. Send an email to Kelsey at Compound Solutions, who's the director of marketing at Compound Solutions. And I'm like, I'll just keep following this rabbit hole, see where I go. So I shot Kelsey an email. I'm thinking she's never going to reply to me, some random soldier reaching out to her. Right. She's never going to reply. Sure enough, a couple days later, she says, I like this idea. Let me run it by our president, Kim. And she ran it by Kim. Kim approved of it. They offered, I interviewed with several people over there, and then they brought me on as an unpaid intern. So I was an unpaid intern with them for a little bit on my way of transitioning out of the military. Did well enough as an unpaid intern, and that led to a job offer as a sales associate with them. Whoa. Getting out of the military. So yeah, literally my career in the sports nutrition industry got started from a DM on Instagram.
They're reaching out. Wow,
literally a DM on Instagram got me into the career. Now, don't get me wrong, I like to think I've done a lot since then to stick into the industry. You didn't just shoot the DM and do nothing since. I've really hit the ground running, literally.
That's so
But it literally started with a DM on Instagram. So I and people out there can vouch for me on this. I do my best to answer every DM, every LinkedIn message, every email, every text, every call, just because I feel like I owe that to the industry to pay it.
It does seem like something unpenetrable. Like when I started, I used to go to all the expos. It sounds really stupid, man. But dude, I really thought that if you had a protein company, you owned a farm, you had cows, you were like, I don't like selling all my milk to the store, so then I make protein. I thought everyone that had protein had a lab.
Right.
You
didn't know about contract manufacturers.
No,
you didn't know about ingredient suppliers.
No way.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So to me, it was like, something you could never get into,
That's interesting. I mean, there's definitely layers to it, and you can find your way in. But again, my way in was a DM on Instagram, and I do my part now to answer every message and try to help as many people as I can to get into the industry, to show people that it can be done. I just feel like I owe that to the industry, and I will forever be grateful to Matt Nickerson for answering a DM on Instagram. That's all it took was him answering that DM on Instagram. And him and I have a great friendship now, and it's awesome to see what he's doing with Self-Flow 6, getting it into energy drinks, getting it into 7-Eleven's house brand energy drink, which is huge for him. So it's awesome. Yeah.
That's a cool story.
Started from a DM on Instagram, turned into an unpaid internship to where I am now, and I love it. I love this industry. I love the people in it.
It's kind of what happened with
similar
me
to you.
Really?
Yeah. I was just 2013, 2014 when Instagram was still kind of new.
Yeah.
And they were doing affiliate marketing, so every company back then was trying to find new affiliates, and He hit me up on Instagram. I was using like the popular hashtags. And that's how you found me.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, we have some products. I'll send it to you. Let us know if you like it. I did that for like 2 years solid. And I kept asking for stuff. And he was kind of like, we're only giving you like an ingredient. It's not even like we're giving you like a pre-workout. Why do you keep asking for more and more stuff? But I really loved senactiv at the time, or astragin at the time.
Okay.
And then, we just built a friendship, and eventually I was like, hey, I think I could do this job.
Yeah.
Kind of your story.
Yeah,
I played sports in school, gym every day, kind of part of my life. So very, very funny how we've met a couple people kind of like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I do my best, even to my own detriment. Sometimes I stress myself out and spend way too much time answering, LinkedIn messages and Instagram DMs. But again, I feel like I owe it to pay that forward, because that's how I got it. Cool. That's what got me in. So very, very cool. Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about what you're doing kind of on a daily basis for AN. Everyone who follows you kind of knows you're everywhere. I try to be.
You look super busy. Yeah. But kind of like you said, when I reached out to you, you responded within 5 minutes. Yeah. So how do you balance, your daily activities? Yeah. What are you currently doing? What is your job role at Applied Nutrition?
Yeah, so National Director of Sales for AN here in the United States. Really, my main focus right now is the Vitamin Shop, because that's where we just launched our AN Performance line exclusively at the Vitamin Shop. So, we sold that at the Vitamin Shop headquarters last April. It launched last November, and then since November till now, we're seeing steady week over week growth. It's not a rocket ship to the moon by any means, but slow and steady progress in the right direction. So I manage that account, and then also, in addition to handling, the headquarters business with the Vitamin Shop, I'm out actively on the ground. As of a couple hours ago, I've been in 136 different Vitamin Shops across the country since the beginning of this year. Wow. All over, literally all over the whole country. This is my second trip to California this year. I live in Pittsburgh. I've been down to Florida. I've been to Chicago. Been to all over New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Ohio.
How do you sort that out? Like, as in, where do you decide where you're going to go?
Well, there's hot markets that have certain places do better than others in terms of Vitamin Shop. Then also like density, right? So store density. So I took a week-long trip to like New York City, North New Jersey, and Connecticut, and I hit 40 Vitamin Shops in a week, just because there's so many Vitamin Shops packed into such a dense area. So again, here in LA, you guys got like 25 to 30 Vitamin Shops within like a 2-hour radius of LA. So just
they feel too spread out here. Like, there's not enough.
There's roughly 750 Vitamin Shops across the country. So I'm really kind of targeting those densely packed areas. Chicago has like 35 around Chicago that I hit earlier this year. Orlando has like 20 around there. Miami has 20. So like those bigger cities where there are a lot of Vitamin Shops packed in a small area, I'll take anywhere from like 3 to 5 days. Hit the ground in those cities, rent a car, put a ton of miles on a ton of rental cars, and just hop from Vitamin Shop to Vitamin Shop. And I get asked, like, what's a typical visit like? And everyone is different. Everyone is unique. Sometimes I will go in, spend anywhere from 5 minutes to 2 hours. It just depends on how busy the store is, who's working, how engaged the health enthusiast is with asking me questions, how interested they seemed. Okay. Sometimes I'll go in and it's a 17-year-old kid closing on a Friday night, and I can tell he doesn't care. He just wants to go home and play video games. So I'll throw some samples at him. I'll introduce myself, throw some samples at him, and ask him if he has any questions. And if I'm not feeling the vibe, I'll be like, all right, enjoy. Yeah. But then other times, just morning in Berea, I spent almost an hour and a half in there with the little old lady that was working, because she had plenty of questions. Your champion, and she had plenty of questions. She was asking really, really intelligent questions about PeptiStrong, the difference between collagen peptides and peptides like PeptiStrong. So we talked for an hour and a half this morning, just because there was nobody in the store, and it was early in the morning, and she was very engaged and had a lot of good questions to ask. So every visit's been different, but I can say, being in 136 stores already, 99% of my interactions have been positive. The health enthusiasts at Vitamin Shop do a great job. They're really engaged. They really care about the customers. Most of them care about learning more and asking good questions. And it's been cool to see too, especially with an ingredient like PeptiStrong, that's relatively new to the market. When I first walked into stores back in January, nobody had any idea what PeptiStrong is. But now I'm walking in and I ask, are you familiar with PeptiStrong? And they can tell me a little bit about it. Yeah. So like the awareness for that's growing. So that's cool to see. And that just shows, how engaged and how much they care about learning and passing that information on to the customer. So it's been a fun journey.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. It seems like the educational part for the consumer, it's speeding up even more so than before. Yeah. Like before, let's say in the Army days, would be like, all right, you might be Googling, should I take ISO or concentrated whey protein? Now the questions you're asking ChatGPT are way more detailed, and it's crazy. Like, I don't know if when you see ChatGPT and when it's searching, you'll see it show the FI logo, what is searching,
referencing it,
and you're
shows,
like,
it shows its references.
Like, whoa, you're doing all this research on the pages we know about, and where it's all congregating all the information. It's really strange.
Yeah, I think customer access to information is definitely increasing, and it could be good information that's out there, from AI or from PubMed or legitimate sources like that. But then there's also a lot of bad information out there too on TikTok and things like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's an area where we as brands, where you guys as ingredient suppliers, where the Vitamin Shop and GNC as retailers, we have built-in credibility working for these brands and these ingredient suppliers and these retailers. So I think it's up to us to educate, to be the primary source of education for customers. Even though there is access to information online, it can be questionable sometimes. But us as representatives of these industry mainstay companies, I think it's up to us to educate customers the most.
Definitely. Yeah. And when you go to the vitamin shops, you ever do like some pop-up events where the customers are actually going to come in and ask questions and things like that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I do demoing whenever I can, sampling at the vitamin shop. I'll set up, a lot of times they'll let me just kind of set up at the counter and pass out samples to any customers coming through. And it's easy to get their attention with our Chiquita collabs, with our Tang collabs, because customers know those logos. I mean, that's a playbook. Ghost has done that forever. There's other brands out there that use those authentic collaborations as well, and it's been working well for us, especially with Chiquita. It's been in the market for a while now, and the sales data on it shows that that resonates with customers. I mean, that globally recognized stamp of Miss Chiquita on the it's awesome. It's done really well for us, and I'm glad you guys are gonna get to try it later. So I hope.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
If you're a little hesitant of banana flavor, vanilla flavor, and you saw that, you're like, all right, let me try it.
100%. 100%. So like, there are other brands out there that do banana flavored proteins, and a lot of them are misses.
Yes.
Shout out to Jocko though, because their Milk RTD banana flavor is delicious.
I've tried that one.
They crushed that one.
That one is good.
But there are a lot of other banana flavors out there from other companies that just are misses. So our thought process was with this: if we're gonna do banana flavor, we're gonna do it right. So let's go get the actual banana people, because who knows banana flavor better than Chiquita? So it was great for them to help us develop that flavor. They were very particular that it needs to be an actual banana flavor, not like a Laffy Taffy banana, not an artificial banana. So they were tough on that. But ultimately, to get their stamp of approval on our products, it needed to meet their standards. So
that's really cool.
We're glad they were tough.
Yeah, I'm very excited to try those.
I'm really excited to try a Tang. I've always liked Tang. My friends when I was little would always make fun of me because I like it.
Well,
I think
it
tastes good.
It's funny too. So I'm 33 years old, and I've come to find out that like people that are 5 years younger than me, they don't even know. A lot of them don't even know what Tang is anymore.
Really?
It's like an 80s and 90s drink. But for our age, that is like it is so much nostalgia. Because I remember drinking, mixing up my Tang beverage to sit on the couch and watch cartoons on Saturday morning, and now I can mix up my Tang orange hydration and get a workout in with no calories and no sugar, as opposed to Tang back then that was loaded with probably 30 grams of sugar per serving. So it hits on nostalgia for me.
On that one, are you allowed to use it in different SKUs? Or?
Yeah, so we have it in our ABE Energy. We have a Tang orange and a Tang orange strawberry, and then in our AN Performance Hydration and our AN Performance Pre, we have a Tang orange. And we do have some other Tang related things coming out.
Yeah, I would love to see that in a creatine. That would be perfect, dude.
You
Are
you in our pipeline?
I just think like as in you're drinking, because an amino is cool, but a creatine you want to take it.
Yeah.
When I give my kids, they like Nesquik, and I just thought about it. You said it right now. They'll see a large yellow bottle, right, and then they recognize
they know
the
instantly.
Little chocolate rabbit. And he's 2, and he goes, "Oh, chocolate."
Yeah,
and that's crazy. It's crazy to think of how that locks in your mind, and you're not thinking about, okay, I'm becoming a customer for the long run.
Yes, and like the whole thought process is too, like we want customers to see the Chiquita logo and be like, oh, I didn't know Chiquita made protein powder, or see the Tang logo and go, I didn't know Tang made energy drinks.
Right.
Yes. Hey, it's fine. Like, no, don't give Applied Nutrition credit for it. Like we'll let Chiquita just buy the product. You know what I mean? Just buy it and try it because it tastes awesome.
Definitely.
And so that it definitely grabs attention. They've been fun projects to work on too, and they're very particular with the licensing and how we use the logo on the packaging, and those companies they need to approve it themselves. And sometimes we'll think we have the label dialed in, and they'll come and say, no, you got to make these changes. But it's a process to get those products to market, and it's also made me, value all of the other companies that have done collaborations even more, because it takes a lot to get those to market. But they're worth it. They're fun. They're nostalgic. Definitely good flavors, and they're worth it.
Yeah, the tank definitely brought me back to childhood. When you sent me the energy, it's like, man, this is so good. Like, the flavor was spot on.
Yeah, and we just launched a Tang orange strawberry flavor, and then we have in our ABE Energy too. We have a Millions cherry slushy flavor, and a Millions is a candy over in the UK. Very similar to like Nerds that we have here. Yeah, but Millions is an authentic collaboration in the UK, but we brought that flavor to the US as well.
Yeah, so that was kind of one of the things I wanted to ask you. So you have Applied Nutrition, which is mainly a UK-based global company. Then there's ABE. And then there's AM Performance.
It's definitely a little bit confusing. So we try to segment it. So Applied Nutrition is the global parent company, and technically we here in the US is AN Sub, so we are under Applied Nutrition, the US subsidiary of Applied Nutrition. And here in the US we operate our ABE line, and then our AN Performance line, and then we're developing an AN Essentials line as well for FDM, for grocery stores. That'll be a little bit more of an entry-level products, cost-effective formulas, specifically for grocery and Walmart, Target, Club Channel, etc. So that'll be hitting the shelves here a little bit later this year. So 3 different lines here in the US, but all ultimately reporting back to bigger Applied Nutrition globally, because Applied Nutrition is huge in Europe, big in Asia, big in the Middle East. But in the US, really, there was ABE, but prior to our team coming on to Applied Nutrition here in the US, the ABE line was still in existence, but we kind of rebranded that. We tweaked that a little bit. And they're 3 very different target customers that we're going after. Our ABE line is your gym bro, bodybuilder, meathead, for lack of a better word, power lifter. And that that's available right now at GNC franchise. Hopefully, fingers crossed, more expansion into GNC very soon. We're kind of waiting to hear back on that for sure. And then our AM Performance line, that's exclusive at the Vitamin Shop. That is more your forever athlete, your aging athlete like myself, who still trains hard and likes to get after it, but I have a wife and a kid and a job. So that forever athlete is who this line targets. And then the AN Essentials line, I like to say it's for Betty from Iowa, who's just getting off the couch for the first time, and she needs 150 milligrams of caffeine to get to spin class. Doesn't want to break the bank on a 350 milligram pre-workout. Just needs a very base level formula to get to to get walking around the block or something like that. So 3 different target demographics, really 3 different retail channels, ABE and GNC, AN Performance in the Vitamin Shop, and then AN Essentials would be FDM, mass market grocery type play. Yeah.
I like that, because Vitamin Shop in particular is really particular about having something exclusive just for them.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that. For sure. That's really smart.
Yeah, and why not make that happen for them? Why not play into that partnership?
And it's geared towards, like you said, that forever athlete.
It is, and that's more of a Vitamin Shop
that
customer.
Phrase,
no, Darren Decker.
Okay.
Yeah, Darren. Yeah. Darren's since moved to Alpha Lion. Tough to see him go. He's my best friend in this industry, and a pleasure to work with him. But he's got a great opportunity from Alpha Lion, and he's gonna do some good things there.
Great.
Yeah, very cool.
Darren. This AM Performance line,
the only shelf space you mind losing.
This AM Performance line is really Darren. I like to say it's like Darren's baby. He brought it to life. A lot of the creative, a lot of the formulation. Ben Kane from Price Plow helped us with a lot of the formulation as well. And then TK at Nutrimedia helped us with the labels. Bryant, our in-house director of creative, and TK worked closely together on the packaging, the labels, and same with the ABE refresh too. Yes. They kind of collaborated on that and did that together.
They really look amazing, both of them.
And I mean, there's so many people on our team too to give thanks to, because I know people might be familiar with myself and Darren and Nick. Nick's our director of marketing, who handles all the social media, all of the big name athletes that get signed. That's all Nick. Fernanda is our head of ops behind the scenes. She's the one. In the military, we called it the beans and the bullets, right? Loading up the trucks, making sure the right pieces, the beans and the bullets, making sure the right pieces get to the right places. That is integral. I mean, it doesn't matter how good your product is if it can't get on shelf. And you can't get stuff through the warehouse. That's all Fernanda. She's our head of ops, and she's incredible. Grace is our VP of commercialization. She's the one that kind of keeps the new product development projects online and in track. And especially, working with the team over across the pond in the UK, there's a lot of coordination that goes into place there, and that's all Grace that handles that. And like I said, Nick's our director of marketing. We have Easton Drake, who handles all of our affiliates, our ambassadors. He coordinates that team and sends people out for demos and supports events and bodybuilding shows and all those types of things. That's Easton Drake. Oh man, I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. But point being, it is truly a whole team. And then of course, Aaron, our CEO, with the vision to bring applied nutrition to life here in the U.S. really, because like I said, it did exist in the ABE line before, but we really had to work to kind of rebrand that line and get certain products in the right places. Like, I mean, to be fair, the ABE pre-workout there, that had 2 flavors in Walmart and still currently on the shelves in Walmart, but we're swapping that out of Walmart and swapping the AN Essentials line in Walmart. Because, I mean, if we're going to be realistic, that's not really a Walmart customer pre-workout. Because who's shopping at Walmart? Betty from Iowa is shopping at Walmart, not Chad, Jim Bro, Tad. He's going to GNC. He's shopping at Jimmy's Jack 'em Up
he
subs
shops
down the
there,
street.
but he wants that experience of going to GNC.
He wants to go chop it up with the GNC store manager and talk about the latest energy drinks. So for sure. So getting the right products in the right places was a part of Aaron's strategic oversight of the entire company and bringing that to life here in the U.S. So I mean, it's really been a team effort.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. I know when we sat down with Thomas and Gareth, like a month ago.
Yeah, that's cool. You got to go out and visit the headquarters.
Yeah, I love those guys. Yeah. We've been working with them for like 4 years, and they've been nothing but a pleasure to be around.
Yeah.
I know he was really excited about the new team, kind of taking over. Is there anything you guys have in the pipeline that maybe you could give us an idea?
Oh man, I'm probably gonna get myself in trouble. Out? You guys might have to
we'll clip it if it doesn't work.
No, we have a lot of stuff in our pipeline. We have more authentic collaborations with the existing collabs that are in the market. You know, some different products, some different flavors. With those existing collabs, we have a couple more licensing collabs signed that are done deals that we're bringing products to market for that I can't spill the beans on yet. Some cool stuff though, for sure, that'll make sense. Some things that are very unique. A pie in the sky dream for something late 2026 that's not been done before in the industry. Maybe thinking like the first 3-way collaboration between a sports nutrition brand and 2 different flavor / products.
That'd be cool.
So like I to my knowledge, I can't think of a 3-way collab before. I don't know if you guys can think of any off the top of your head, but
no,
that's something 3. That's our pie in the sky dream for like late 2026 here in the US. Without saying too much and getting myself in trouble.
Yes.
More energy drink flavors, couple more ABE products.
You think of one?
No, but I was trying to think of how it could be done.
I'll tell you off air.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah. Man, it's cool you got to meet Thomas and got to see the global headquarters over in the UK. I've actually not been over there myself, but Aaron has and said, I mean, it's just a massive warehouse and really cool setup that they have over there. I mean, like I said, Applied Nutrition globally is huge. I mean, we sponsor British Premier League soccer teams over there, which is like, for anybody not aware, that's like the equivalent of the NFL here. So it's pretty cool to see, every once in a while when I get a soccer game on NBC and I see the Applied Nutrition logo on like the running boards on the side, I'm like, oh, that's really cool. That's amazing. Because that would be the equivalent of seeing it on an NFL sideline here in the U.S. So.
Yeah, they're everywhere over there.
It was awesome to meet Thomas at the Arnold. He came over here for the Arnold, and he was all jacked up.
That guy's got a lot of energy.
Oh, my gosh.
I love talking to Thomas.
Yeah, he was all excited to see our booth. And it was cool because, like, again, relatively small team here in the U.S., so we were all hands on deck for the Arnold. We had a big, huge booth, big, huge display, and we're all ripping boxes open and throwing trash out and stocking coolers and trying to talk to customers, but also trying to pour more samples. So we were just all hands on deck the whole time. And Thomas rolled his sleeves up and was right there with us in the crap, doing everything with us, ripping up old cardboard boxes, throwing them checking them out to the trash. So it was cool to see everybody working together. Just completely committed to the mission. So
he's definitely someone that if I walked into the office and he was there, I'd be super inspired to work a little bit harder.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sure. That's cool.
So outside of your daily job, what are some of your passion projects?
Oh man,
I follow you on Instagram, so I see you travel a lot. You do a lot of outdoor activities. I mean, you played a lot of sports.
Yeah, I mean, right now the main focus is just trying to be a dad, figure that out. I've a 21-month-old son now at home, and I've done a lot of hard stuff in my life. I was in the military, played college football, ran a 100-mile ultramarathon. I have an intense job, but being a dad is by far the toughest thing I've ever done in my life. It is crazy. Every day is a new adventure. A lot of emotional stress that I've never really felt before, just trying to figure out how to take care of my son, set a good example for him. But that's definitely priority number one right now, is just trying to figure that out, because every day is tough. And I'll be honest about it, a lot of it is not pleasant, not always the most fun, but there's at least 3 or 4 times throughout the day just moments of joy. Just like little moments of joy that make all of the miserable crying and changing poopy diapers and getting woken up in the middle of the night worth it. Where, maybe my dog will scratch himself funny and my son will just lose his mind and laugh at it for 30 seconds. It's just like pure joy. And that moment of like pure joy makes all of the miserableness worth it, for sure.
It's almost like excavating for gold. You're chipping away. And you're like, dude, fuck this. And then you're like, oh wait,
there's a little nugget of gold. Or and it's cool. When I see my son now, he's starting to become a little person. Like he's picking up on things. He knows all the different animal sounds. He's starting to imitate dad a little bit, which is both cool and scary at the same time. So I do this thing. This is the first time I realized I do this thing where like whenever like my neck gets stiff, if I'm sitting too long, I kind of like do one of these and like crack my neck, right? So one day I did that in front of my son, and my son instantly, without even thinking, did it back and just laughed. And I was like, it was just that I was like, holy crap, I need to be very careful at everything I do for the rest of my life, because he is literally imitating everything dad does. It was just like that little instant.
And then it makes you think about you, like, where did I pick up?
That too. Yeah, but trying to clean up my language around the house and trying not to fly off at the handle too many times in front of him, and it's definitely tough, but definitely worth it. And like you said,
but at the same time, at least you're going through something that a lot of men go through, right? But at the same time, you have this benefit of this job, right? This job, you're getting some travel out of it. You're getting some passion out of it. And you're getting something to fulfill goals for you, for other people.
For sure.
I think that's gonna eventually also rub off on your son.
I mean, I hope so. I mean, my wife and I, we're very particular about what we feed him. We make sure we give him healthy ingredients. And definitely want him to be very active. And to your point, we take him on hikes all the time with us. I have this little harness that I carry him in, and he loves it. He loves being outside. That is when he's like most content. Like if we're hiking on a trail, I mean, we went to Shenandoah National Park a couple weeks ago and hiked for the entire day, and he did not make a peep the entire time. Just like sat in the back in a little harness and was looking at the birds and the trees and imitating the sound that the birds made. And like he was completely content in nature, which is cool because I love being outside and being active as well. So that's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Have you tried the chiquita?
Oh yeah, I do. Definitely, I give them the protein powder.
Dude, my kids know. Yeah, they know. They're like,
and
let me see.
And if you like, and this is something that I didn't realize until
they're way better judges.
But even from like a formula and a health perspective, that is way healthier than a lot of like the baby formula on the markets.
You Drew Peters.
Yeah,
right? Dude, I remember he was like, when he had a kid, he was like, I'm not giving him this. I can make
first
something
ingredients
better.
like high fructose corn syrup.
Yes.
It's like one of the top 3 ingredients in like baby formula, and like most commercial baby formula. And I'm just like, why are people giving this to their kids?
And then you get the idea, like, man, should I go into
protein?
Yeah. But then you're like, oh my God, that's so
CPG,
strict.
And the CPG giants own that too. Like, you can't compete with like the Johnson & Johnsons and the Nestle's that own baby formula. But yeah, most of the ingredients on those, I'm reading them, I'm like, I'm not giving this to my kid. I'll give him some protein powder and some fruit instead.
Exactly.
Like, it's mind-blowing. But yeah. So yeah, I definitely give him the protein, and he loves it. So
nice.
Yeah.
I gotta ask.
Yeah.
You've been at multiple companies, and we've talked for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
Had a lot of products with our ingredients in.
Yeah.
You have a favorite?
Man, so right now I would definitely say my favorites are ABE Pump Non-Stim. It has astragin in it. Just a really loaded formula. It's got 5 grams of creatine, 3.2 grams of beta-alanine. It's got 9 grams of citrulline. Has the astragin in it to help with the absorption of everything. And then I love the astragin senactiv combo and the ABE pre-workout too. Yeah, that is a cool combo. Senactiv's such a cool ingredient. Yeah. And I mean, shout out to you guys too. You guys have astragin in everything, like in everything, and you guys do such an awesome job of like promoting it. And you guys almost have it as like NuLiv is almost its own like consumer brand, even though you guys aren't technically, you're an ingredient supplier, but you guys have the logo and you guys get around to meeting with your vendor partners and getting it to trade shows, and like you guys treat NuLiv like it is a retail brand, like it is a retail brand, and even though it's not, that's still cool. You guys have the marketing engine and just the awareness to do that. Because
that's exactly how we look at it. And we also see that we get to be in stores at a huge place, like even when you get to Costco, it's like, whoa,
that are ingredients in there,
because of AM,
I mean, astragin and Ghost energy drink that is in every convenience store in America. Like, that's awesome for you guys. That's awesome product placement for you guys. So like, absolutely take advantage of that and treat NuLiv like it is a retail brand, because in a way it kind of is.
Yeah, we try and do whatever we can, and we always thought a couple years ago, we're like, I mean, how can we, besides coming out with new research and just talking about the science and the ingredients, how do we be a better partner for the brands? Because you guys, at the end of the day, are the only way we're going to be successful. Yeah. And we just didn't see any other ingredient suppliers back then really being a cheerleader and advocating for, oh, this is a brand new product with our ingredient, and this is why they're using it. Like, so that's always kind of been a big push for us, and it's kind of grown into a full media team at this point. But yeah, we just, our team has a lot of fun doing it. Yeah. We love to be able to talk about new products, and, if at the end of the day, we come out with new research and we can put a little bit of marketing spin for you guys, then it's kind of a win-win for everybody.
It gets you guys more active and more involved in the industry as a whole. Now everybody knows who you guys are.
And we like it. I particularly like the business of it, that you're creating. Earlier you talked about having a collab, and the collab helps you get the sale. Yeah. But if you didn't have that, you still have to do all of it. You still have to design the bag, get distribution, have some packages go missing. Make flavoring. Oh, that was terrible. We have delays. Yeah. So I like the entire business of it, and then it's a consumable that goes away. Yeah. And then, all right, the customer liked it, so we get to try again. Right. And one of the things I love about the supplement industry, it's very forgiving. Yeah. As in, the consumer might be like, oh man, I didn't like that one. I didn't feel anything. I didn't get any results. But they'll still go back to maybe not that brand, but maybe, all right, I'm going to try a different creatine, a different pre-workout. So that's what I really like about the industry. It's so forgiving in that sense, where the consumer will keep coming back, Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like you guys at NuLiv, again, just getting active and out into the industry with the promotion of NuLiv. I kind of think of it as like, it's like a NASCAR, right? You look at, look at your favorite NASCAR racer, and like their car has a bunch of, different brand logos all over it. And if you work for one of those brands with the logo on that NASCAR, like, you want that driver to win because it helps your brand too. So that's kind of the way I look at it. We want the Old Spice car.
Like if you work for Old Spice, you want the Old Spice car to win because it lifts everybody up.
Yes. So, Awesome, man. Do you have any future goals, maybe 5-10 years down the road, that you're kind of just striving for outside of what you're doing now?
I mean, in the industry, no. I just want to still be here 5-10 years from now, doing whatever in this industry. I love this industry. This industry is my home. I believe in sports nutrition and sports and active nutrition. I think it can do a lot of good for a lot of people, and ultimately, it's getting as many healthy products in as many hands of the general customers as we can. And like, that's the other cool thing about this industry. And I say this all the time, and it's not just shtick. Like, I truly mean this. Whether we're Applied Nutrition or Ghost or Rise or Gorilla Mind or Alpha Lion, any brand, like, at the end of the day, we're all trying to make money. We're all trying to win shelf placement. But at the end of the day, our ultimate goal should be improving the lives of the average customers that buy our product, helping them get into the gym, helping them live a healthier life, helping them clean up their nutrition, helping them stay active. Like, that should be the end goal for every company above making money. Like, that goal should be more important than making money.
It's okay to compete against each other, but at the end of the day, I don't care if you're getting a Ghost, ABE, but grab that can instead of a beer can.
Yeah, and then go to the gym. Yes. Right? So like that's the ultimate goal, is to get the average American or average customer in general just healthier. That should be the goal for every sports nutrition brand. Every ingredient supplier, whether you guys are NuLiv or Compound Solutions, every manufacturer, whether you guys are Simpson or Pronova, like, everybody in this industry's goal should be to improve the life of the average American, average customer.
Definitely. Yeah. Love it. Well, we really appreciate you coming by, man.
Thanks so much, Spencer.
Always good to see you, as always.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan. I watch all you guys' episodes. You guys had David on. You guys had Historic Labs on.
Yes.
So I watch all the episodes, and it's cool to be on the couch on this end of it.
Oh, yeah, man.
Hopefully when the new US HQ is all set up and ready, we can come there and visit.
Yeah, that should be launching sometime in August in Nashville. And, of course, you guys definitely more than welcome. Nashville trip. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Nashville trip for sure.
My wife will love that one.
Yeah, we'll definitely make sure you guys get the invite. Everybody's invited for sure.
Awesome.
Cool.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Yeah, man. Again, flavor has come so far in the last 10 to 15 years. It's like, if you can make, and man, Barbell's pretty dang close to being as tasty as a Snickers bar, at least in my opinion. Man. So like that.
You just had that David bar this morning.
Dude, I like them. Did you like it?
He was like, "This is."
I would much rather buy our barbell.
Yeah, barbell. Yeah,
I mean,
Bearbells.
There was nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
but I've never had one before.
Which flavor did you have?
The s'mores.
I didn't have the s'mores one. I like the cinnamon roll one, and then The chocolate chip cookie dough one I like too. I didn't like the cake batter one though.
I guess my expectations were like really high because somebody told me how much the company's worth.
Yeah.
And I feel like they kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, the founder of David Bar, Peter Rahal, was one of the two co-founders of RX Bar.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So when RX Bar cashed out for $1 billion to Nestle or whoever bought it, like Peter still had all the
dentists that have stayed in the
yeah. But he still had all of the connections, all of the
that makes sense.
All of he knows the distribution game. He has his name equity that's worth a ton. So yeah, Peter Rahal is the founder of David Bar, and he was one of the co-founders of RX Bar. So
it was good. I mean, I don't think it was bad. It didn't stick to my teeth.
I mean, the macros on it are what make it crazy. 150 calories, 20 grams of protein.
That's true.
Crazy. And they just got a $75 million investment, and then they used a big chunk of that $75 million investment to buy that Epogy company that makes that patented fat.
Oh, okay.
That is low. It's like it's a non-digestible fat source. So it has the texture and the mouthfeel of like a fat, but it does not have all of the calories that comes with fat. Similar to like, sucralose is a non-digestible sweetener, has the same flavor as sugar, just none of the calories because your body doesn't digest it. Same thing with this fat source that's called EPG. The company that has the market patented for EPG is called Epogy. And David just used their $75 million investment that they received to straight up buy Epogy. And but they just got hit with a lawsuit because there's like two other companies, that Nick's ice cream. Have you guys ever seen that Nick's ice cream? It comes in pints. It's like a keto ice cream that's in like Whole Foods and stuff like that. They just sued David with another company that sued David because they're claiming it's like a monopoly. Yeah. Because they're saying since they bought Epogy, they're saying now nobody else can use this patented fat that Nick's already used and this other company already used. So like they're saying it's monopolistic. So they just hit David.
Well, you might monopolize it in the protein bar, maybe not in the ice cream.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to come from
Interesting.
That. But there's a whole lot of...
That's a different level right there.
A whole lot of industry drama going on with that, yeah. Oh, and then you guys had... What was the name of the last gentleman that you guys really...
Was it the jelly?
Oh, I watched that one. And then the one with
Ken Israel.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I watch them all. You guys do a good job with those. Yeah,
we're learning what we like and what we don't like.
Yeah, and the jelly one was an interesting product. And then Richard, he shouted out Dylan and Paul from Podium and their product. Yeah, I know Dylan pretty well. He's a good guy.
Yeah, Podium has some really nice packaging.
Dude, I love it. I do. I truly like their packaging a lot. They have on the inside, have you ever opened it up? On the inside, they have like the hook for the scooper.
I do like that.
Yeah, it's super convenient.
Like
their scooper comes on with a little hook. And then the packaging is something we didn't even touch on. Like, I mean, TK and Nutrimedia and Brian, our graphic designer, worked on the packaging, and like, man, so the lids.
This one is just so much better.
The lids for the AN Performance line is the same too, except they're just blue. But dude, I love the soft lid and then the raised texture. So our whole thought process with this was like, when a customer goes to touch a product on the shelf, that's the first thing they do. They touch it like that, and like instantly when you touch that, it's like a satisfying feeling.
It is.
So it kind of already puts you in like a good mood compared to like a flat plastic lid. Yeah. Like that just feels so much more satisfying.
Like this.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I mean, TK crushed like the intricate details of the labeling, like the holographic backgrounds, like the outlines of the AN.
They do a really good job.
Yeah,
they really do.
And then with this one too, like we had fun with this. So we for the banana flavors only, we added some potassium. So we could say 1 scoop equals the potassium of 1 banana. Nice. So if you guys ever look at our chocolate and vanilla flavor, it doesn't have that on it because there's no added potassium. So just for the banana flavor.
Pretty smart.
Yeah. And we tried so hard to get Chiquita to give us actual stickers, like banana stickers for this, but they wouldn't do it. I don't know why. They just said no. We tried so hard because that would have been cool.
What do you mean? Like, you'd be able to peel
how like on a banana, like there's an actual like Chiquita sticker. Like we actually wanted, instead of having this on the bag, we actually just wanted the sticker. Like the actual sticker that Chiquita would put on banana, but they said no for it.
You should have done it.
But you can't have the sticker.
I know. We didn't. They didn't really say why. I think it would have logistically it would have been difficult though. We would have had to figure out a way to implement that on every machine.
No, it could have just been on the inside in a little.
Yeah. Too. And then
like a Cracker Jack.
Is this open or no? If not, no worries. No.
You go.
Okay. Yeah, our scooper too. It's not quite as cool as Podium's because Podium's has branded scoopers as well, but like our scooper is branded. So we have like it'll be blue with the AN logo on it. Like dunk my fingers in there. Promise my hands are clean.
You're good. I'm not a germaphobe.
So have you tried cracking at the military now?
Oh,
their accounts?
dude, that's a whole.
I thought Bucked Up does a lot with them, right?
There's so we got the AN, like the blue AN scooper
nice.
with the logo on it.
I haven't seen the new ones.
Yeah. No, we're in the military, so our ABE energy drink is in every Army and Air Force like gas station on post. Like they call them shopettes in the military. So just a gas station, convenience store on all the military bases. So our ABE energy drink is in all of those.
Nice.
And then we're not in. The ABE pre-workout is in the PXs that are on post, but that's just like that's not. I'm trying to how to explain it. That's just your civilian shopping within the military.
Okay.
Like where the military needs to improve is in like the MREs, like the food that they provide to the soldiers.
Definitely.
You know, if you've seen like an MRE, it comes like a brown plastic bag that soldiers pack in their rucksacks. That's filled with like the junkiest food that the government can possibly buy. Think of it as like, this is like the best comparison. Think of it as like a Campbell's chunky soup poured into just like smaller brown plastic bags. Like that's your MRE, and that's yeah. And you usually just eat them cold. But there's so much room for improvement for sports nutrition from what the military provides to the soldier in the field. There's no reason that you can't put creatine in every electrolyte package in every one of those MREs.
Right.
Or 3 grams of HMB, or 2 grams of Pepti Strong, or senactiv in the carbohydrate powder. Like there's so like just little stuff like that. And
did you hear that, Cash?
well, it's
was that guy's in Cash Patel?
It's oh yeah, I listened to him on the last Joe Rogan podcast. Yeah, but it's the joke in the military is like, oh, who provides the MRE? The lowest bidder. So like whatever civilian contractor makes that food and like offers the lowest bid to the military is the one that wins the business. So
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but like I said, I have heard things have improved. I have heard that they are experimenting with giving creatine to soldiers, like the military providing it to soldiers. There's no reason they shouldn't. Like with the not only the performance benefits but the cognitive benefits, the brain health benefits from a lot of soldiers out there with traumatic brain injury from getting blown up. Like creatine has been shown to help with that. So yeah, that's definitely something that can be improved.